Alright, we have the first game in this video will be the Minnesota Timberwolves at home against the New York Knicks. It should be a pretty good game. But first, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and turn on notifications so you can get the same odds that I have in this video. Otherwise, they will be different. Tonight, as I had said, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves at home, and the spread currently at DraftKings is at -2.5, and the Knicks at +2.5. And the total points over under is 215 currently. Then over the last 8 games, we're going to look at stats for the offense and defense here. The Timberwolves have an average of 103.8 points per game and offense efficiency of 106.1. Their three-point shooting has been at 36.5%. Oh, that's attempt rate, sorry. So that's not as high as a lot of these teams are. And they've limited opponents to 93.8 points per game with a defensive efficiency of 96. Contrast that with the New York Knicks, who have shown stronger offensive stats, averaging 110.9 points per game with efficiency of 114.4. Their three-point shooting is very good at 43.74%. Defensively, they allow, is their shooting rate of 43.74%. Defensively, they allow 102.1 points with an efficiency of 105.3. But these teams seem to have a tight grip on rebounds, but the Knicks have a slight edge in offense efficiency, while the Timberwolves excel in defense. The Knicks have been getting better on defense this year, getting used to their lineup change. But the Timberwolves are looking at a starting lineup of Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert. The Knicks are looking at Jalen Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Anunoby. Oh my gosh, I always pronounce his name wrong. And Anthony Towns. Remember, lineups can change, so check before you place your bets. Simulation results. The last 1,000 simulations have the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 61.33% chance of winning, with a simulated spread of -4 and total points projected at a low of 205. When looking at the color-coded stats on the game cards, points per game, efficiency, and effective field goal percentage are closely matched, but the Timberwolves have the edge in three-point percentage and turnover percentage here. Now, if we compare this to the current spread to various models, ESPN BPI slightly favors the Knicks actually, with the plus 0.2 spread, and the point differential suggests a -1.3 spread for the Timberwolves, and efficiency spreads indicate a defensive advantage for the Timberwolves. Our model here has the Knicks really good in the GPK model with a 4, and Timberwolves is 10th, but that's two top 10 teams in our models, so it will be a very good game. But based on this analysis, including stat simulation and model outputs, the AI thinks the home team, Minnesota Timberwolves, will cover the spread. And this is basically a pick 'em game. Whoever wins is going to cover the spread. But since Timberwolves are home, I think I am going to stay away from this game because the stats are just too close. Flip back and forth. This game could go either way. But our next game we are going to talk about is the Portland Trail Blazers at home against the Denver Nuggets. We are going to look at the spread here with a plus 8.5 point underdog for the Trailblazers. Money line sitting at plus 285, and the total over and under for this game is 236. This is all DraftKings. Other books obviously can be different. Denver Nuggets negative 8.5 favorite with negative 360. But that's basically for the odds. And if we move on here to stats, we are looking at the last 8 games. The Trailblazers have struggled offensively, averaging 110.9 points per game with the offensive efficiency of 114.6. Their 3-point percentage is just 33.17%, though they do take a lot of them because their attempt rate is currently 43.6%, and their effective field goal percentage stands at 56.31%. And they've been playing at a slower pace, ranking 27th in the league. Defensively, it's been a tough stretch for Portland. They're giving up 121.6 points per game with a defensive efficiency of 125.4. Opponents are hitting 39.48% of their threes and 71% effective field goal percentage against them, which is one of the worst in the league. Now, if we turn to the Denver Nuggets offensively, they're red hot, scoring 122.6 points per game with an offensive efficiency of 118.5. Their three-point shooting is a bit better than Portland's at 33.98%, but they rely less on the three ball with 30.48% attempt rate, which is one of the lower in the league because a lot of teams are really shooting a ton of threes. Their effective field goal percentage is higher at 58.78%, and they're playing at a much faster pace, ranked third in the league right now. Defensively, Denver is holding opponents to 116.3 points per game with a defensive efficiency of 112.1. They're better at defending 3-point line, allowing opponents to shoot only 34.52% from deep. Now, if we get in the current lineups, as of now, the Trailblazers is projected to include Anthony, Sharp, Kamara, Grant, and DeAndre Ayton, who is currently listed as questionable for the Nuggets. We got Jamal Murray, Braun, who is questionable, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and Jokic, the Joker. Just remember, lineups can change at the last minute, so always double check the latest updates before placing your bets. Now, if we dive into the results of our 1,000 simulations of these two teams facing off against each other using their last 8 games of data, according to the simulations, the Nuggets have a 71.53% chance of winning compared to the Trailblazers 28.47%. When it comes to the spread, the simulations predict Portland at +6 and Denver at -6, with a total points projection of 236 and a pace of 100.4. Portland simulated offensive stats show improvement when compared with the Denver's defense. So with 122.1 points per game, an effective field goal percentage of 64.92%. However, their turnover percentage is 13.11%, which is a concern. Denver simulated stats indicate a slight dip offensively at 113.6 points, but their 3-point attempt rate and rebounding percentage should be stronger in this game. Now, if we compare these simulations and stats to our other models, according to ESPN's BPI rankings, the Trailblazers should have a projected spread of +7, while the Nuggets at -7. Looking at point differential spreads, Denver dominates at negative 17.1. And efficiency spreads also favor the Nuggets with a combined defensive efficiency spread of negative 17.2 compared to Portland's 17.2. When we look at our other models like GPK, TrueD, and PPGA3, Denver consistently outperforms Portland across all these metrics. Now, if we base on all this data, the AI is definitely going to pick the winner as the Denver Nuggets with a very strong likelihood of covering the negative 8.5 spread currently at DraftKings. For total points, it is leaning slightly towards the over with simulation pointing to a total of 236 points. Now, if what I'm basing this on, if I can get it at -8 or probably -7.5 somewhere, I would love that Denver Nuggets bet. And the point total, I'm going to stay away from myself. But if you're betting on these games, good luck. My name's Jordy. You've been watching Betman Sports Betting, and I'll see you in the next video.